Shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the Great Millstone GMS, who rule well, who teach well, and salutations to the elect. Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord willing, so Lord willing this lesson is edifying. So, yeah, quick World War III update. Okay, alright, and it's evident that, war is in the air. Okay, we're in a time of war, not peace. Right? Ecclesiastes, I believe, chapter 3 goes into that. Okay, Revelation 11 goes into the second woe has passed and the third woe has come as quickly. All right, World War II, World War One, they've passed. All right, and we're pretty much in the beginning stages of World War III. Yeah, Slovakia. All right, so yeah, we're pretty much in the beginning stages of World War III. All right, so here's an article from Yahoo News, Canada. All right, it's very recent. It's put up on Thursday the 30th of October 2025, and the headline says Trump instructs Pentagon to immediately start testing US nuclear weapons. So this is exciting for us, man. All right, we know the RFID micro chip, which is the MOTB, has to be made mandatory first all over the world, right before the nukes can fly. Okay, all right, and that reminds me of a scripture. Okay. In I believe it's second address. Let me get that straight away. Just bear with me as I get it. I've got another device here. Second address, chapter 4, verse 37. Yeah, second address. It says, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So we know that Bible prophecy has to happen in the right order. Okay. One prophecy leads to the next. So before, again, the nukes fly, the MOTB has to be made mandatory first. Okay. There's also a famine of hearing the word of the Lord. Okay. Jacob's trouble. All right. So, prophecy plays off one another. All right. Okay, so going to the article, it says President Donald Trump announced on October the 29th that the United States will immediately resume nuclear weapons tests, a move he said is needed to ensure the country keeps up with its rival nuclear powers, yeah. And really, America's influence is declining around the world anyway. It's been declining for a while, okay? But we know they're gonna, lose World War III, man, ultimately, okay? But, we're excited in the spirit to see this. Okay? Very. Alright? And, the third woe Apostle John saw in his vision was talking about World War III. Alright? And it'll be a war like no other before. Isaiah goes into... let me get that. I think it's Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. So I'm just at break right now. Sometimes I might have people coming in and out. Just trying to, don't want any disruptions, but, it breeze past that. So it says, Isaiah chapter 9 verse 5 says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay. So yeah, all right. Ancient wars were fought with, swords, helmet, shields. All right, cavalry, people in close combat, sword swinging, screaming, yelling. All right, blood being spilled everywhere. Okay, but this is with nuclear fire, man. Okay. All right, so it's gonna be a war like no other before, and I'll link the article in the description box underneath as well in the title. Okay. So yeah, we fought with burning and fuel and fire. Sorry about that. It'll be fought with, burning with fuel and fire via nuclear weapons, which will shake the world to and fro, as the scripture says. And various nations around the world possess nuclear weapons, man. Okay. In a Truth social post, Trump touted progress made on nuclear weapons modernization during his first term. But he warned that China's nuclear weapons buildup will place Beijing's arsenal on equal footing with the United States and Russia within 5 years. Because of other countries testing programs, I've instructed the Department of War to start testing our nuclear weapons on an equal basis, Trump said. That process will begin immediately. Sick of when people keep coming in and out, man. Fucking make up their minds. Heathens need putting back in place, man. Sorry. Asked by a reporter on Air Force One on his way back to Washington from South Korea on the 30th of October. I didn't even know he went. It says, if the world was entering a more risky environment when it comes to nuclear issues, Trump said he didn't think so. I think we have it pretty well locked up, Trump explained, but I see them testing. I say, well, they're going to test. I guess we have to test. It's not going to go well for America. Okay? They're going to lose. Again, they're going to lose World War III. You know, they'll send off, missiles, okay, intercontinental ballistic missiles, and hit other major parts, other, parts in the world. Major cities like, I reckon Moscow will get hit, of course. Hong Kong, things like that. But America's going to be completely destroyed. Okay? The precept I'm going to get now is Jeremiah chapter 51 and 11. And it reads, make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord Yahweh has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, right, and they're the Russians today, for his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, the vengeance of his temples. There you go. All right. So yeah, man. Hey, America's gonna get destroyed. All right. The arrows are that's the modern day arrows are the intercontinental ballistic missiles, man. All right. You see. And the Lord has purposed that this is to take place. The Lord's pronounced judgment upon Babylon the Great, and it's going to happen in America. All right. So. You are serious. Oh, so like you. Does it go down? It says the move seemingly signals an abrupt and end to a 33-year period which the United States did not test any nuclear weapons. The moratorium on nuclear detonations was put in place by former President George H.W. Bush, and the United States signed a comprehensive nuclear test ban treaty in 1996. The Senate voted against ratifying the treaty. You see? Yeah. So there you have it, man. Sirach chapter 25 verse 7 says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th will I utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. Right, Lord willing, we see that, man. Okay, and the elect will see it. Okay? Constantly being oppressed, yeah. Alright. We're in a spiritual battle. We've got to battle YouTube, battle these demons. Alright? Okay? Alright, we have to put on the whole armor of the Most High. Okay? And constantly being circumspect. You see? So yeah, we're happy to see this. Let's get Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. It says, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare before they spring forth. I tell you of them, and that's the job of a watchman, of the prophets, to say before it happens. The word prophecy, or prophesy. Pro means before, phesai means to say before it happens. Alright, so we're declaring this unto you, man. Alright? Okay. See? Blowing a trumpet in Zion, and sounding the alarm in the Lord's holy mountain, man. Alright, and 2/3 of our people, we're pursuing to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 8. which reads, and it comes to pass that in all the land, which land is that? The United States of America, right? Saith the Lord Yahweh. 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third shall be left therein. Right? The 1/3 will make it. And they'll have to go through Jacob's trouble. The 1/3 of the nation of Israel, okay, will be delivered in America. Everybody else there is going to perish. All the heathens, Edomites, right? Again, 2/3 of our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right? Which 66.6% recurring, all right? Or 66.67, all right? That's a percentage, all right, of the Israelites that won't make it in Babylon the Great, okay? But again, we have to go through Jacob's trouble, all right? Okay? So America's going to be completely set on fire, all right? Verse 9, and I'll bring the third part through the fire, and we'll refine them as silver is refined, and we'll try them as gold is tried, and we're being tried now, through the Spirit. All right? Going through the purging process. All right? As gold is tried in the fire. All right? In order to purify gold, it has to be, melted down, get all the impurities out of it, so it become pure and fresh. Okay? And, and that's happening to us through the Spirit. They shall call on my name, Yahweh wa Yahushua, and I will hear them. I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua is my power. Absolutely. Okay. So yeah. Yeah, man. Things are happening, things are going down. You've got to constantly watch. So many things going on, you miss a day, you miss a lot. While China and Russia have renovated their historical nuclear test sites, in recent years only North Korea has detonated nuclear weapons since 1998. It was not immediately clear from Trump's post whether the United States would fire a nuclear warhead before Russia or China does. All 3 countries and other nuclear weapon states routinely test their nuclear delivery platforms. Russia tested a new nuclear-powered cruise missile and a nuclear torpedo in recent days, and the United States test-launched a Minuteman III nuclear missile in May. In fact, let's ask chat something. List of countries that currently possess nuclear weapons. Of course, the United States, Russia, United Kingdom, France, China, India, Pakistan, North Korea, the JJs, of course. So these are the countries that currently possess nuclear weapons. All right. There must be more than this. Any more that possess them? I'm sure Germany does. I could be wrong. It's according to chat anyway. Of course. Oh yeah, North Korea, of course. I'm sure Iran has them. Oh yeah. All right. All right. And of course there's more, other native countries too. That's just top of my head I can't think of. All right. In fact, how many countries are in the BRICS? Have joined the BRICS alliance? Or coalition. So it has 10 full member countries. Of course, it stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. Saudi Arabia, Iran, Egypt, Ethiopia, Indonesia joined. All right. But yeah, war's in the air, man. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.